coaches, so I wanted to make a quick video for you because I know I've had a lot of conversations with you lately, and I know how easily it is to get discouraged in this business. And when you really want it bad enough and things just aren't going the way you planned, maybe you have really big goals for yourself and it's just you're really finding it hard to reach them on a weekly or monthly basis. And I want you to know, obviously, it's very normal. And we all have to basically fail in order to succeed. And so we have to count these failures as part of the journey, as part of our way to success. And I wanted to discuss with you how to handle failure as a coach, because you're going to run into it a lot. Because as a business owner, that's part of it. That's part of this journey, is to fail, because you've got to learn, you've got to try things, and it doesn't always work. People don't always respond the way that we want them to, unfortunately. We are in the people business, and so this is something that we have to just accept, that we are going to come across failure. But there's 3 different ways that you can respond to that failure, and I want to discuss it because I want you to be able to identify maybe you've been reacting one of these 3 different ways, and if you have been and you just kind of find yourself still discouraged, still not really, feeling it, as some of you have mentioned, I want you to understand that the way that you respond to your failure is ultimately going to, it's going to make you a success, or it's going to make you a failure, and you're not going to be able to get out of that vicious cycle. So I just wanted to run through it with you because I think it's really, really important that you can identify with one of these 3 things, and hopefully this will help you moving forward to have more success, to be able to get past the failure and to not dwell on it. So the first thing, as a coach, when you run across failure, the first way that you can respond is to complain and to blame. So, man, it's so easy to complain, first of all, and talk about how this customer you've been discussing, a challenge group with for the last 2 weeks, they have finally purchased something, but they didn't purchase it through you, or they purchased it in, the wrong way, whatever. So it's easy to complain about things like that, and that's something that we can look at as a failure, right? So you put all this time and energy in, and the customer did not respond or act the way that you were hoping, the way that you told them repeatedly what to do, and they just did not follow your direction. And it's so easy to complain about this, and trust me, I've been in the same boat. And my goodness, it's so frustrating, and I get it, and I've complained many, many days over things that have happened like this. And it's also easy to blame. It's easy to blame the customer for them not making the right choice, and so that causes us to not hit Success Club, or to not get very many people in our challenge group. And it's easy to blame other people, or to blame our time, or our circumstances, or our situation that we're in, that maybe this is a really busy season of life, and so it's easy to blame things for the reason that we're not being able to find success in this certain area. So maybe you find yourself complaining and blaming when you run into failure. I've been there. I get it, and it's so much easier to do those things than to do anything else, right? That's just the nature of the beast. So if that's you, keep that in mind. Maybe the second thing, the second way to respond to failure is to hide. And I have been here too, where it's like, you know what, I just don't even want to post anymore. I don't even want to be involved anymore. I'm just going to take a hiatus. I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to forget about it, and maybe I'll pick back up later. Maybe you've been here with coaching. Maybe you are just like, oh, I'm so frustrated. I've just failed too many times this month, and it's just things are not going my way. I'm just gonna hide. I'm just gonna take a step off of Facebook and Instagram. I'm gonna not have any conversations. I'm not going to follow up. It's easy to want to do that. Can I just say that? It's so easy to want to just go, oh, forget it, and throw my hands up, right? So that's another way that you can respond to failure. Unfortunately, that is probably one of the biggest mistakes you can make as a coach, because, as you know, the one thing I always preach about is consistency. Because when I'm not consistent in my own business, then that's where I see to see a big dip, and that's where things can go wrong, is because people need to see you being consistent. They need to know that you're a reliable source, that you're not going to give up, because they're following you. They don't want to see perfection. They just want to see consistency, because they want to know that if they're consistent in their own walk, whether it's good or bad or ugly, that they're going to see results too. So instead of hiding, you have to focus on being consistent no matter what. But the third choice, and the most positive choice, is to kick your business into high gear and to choose to say, okay, I failed yet again. Somebody has failed me yet again. This system has failed me yet again. And to choose to move forward and choose not to complain, to say, well, I could easily complain about this customer or this coach, or I could easily blame it on the fact that I'm really busy, or that I only got one person interested in my challenge group, whatever. Instead of choosing to complain or blame, you have to just move past it, and you have to decide that, you know what, this is not going to hold me back. Yes, I've been rejected again, but that's not going to hold me back. And you have to choose to kick your business into high gear. You can choose to hide from the world and hide from everything that you've been doing, and take a step back. But instead of doing that, I would encourage you to go the opposite direction and start making more contacts than ever, choosing to chase after your goals more than ever, to double things, to just put even more energy and effort into your business than ever before when you are failing more. Because when you choose to make that positive impact in the right direction, when you choose to go after your goals and not complain or blame and not hide, you are going to see crazy success in your business and in your life. This is a life lesson. This is choosing not to hide, not to blame, not to complain. And when you do that in life, when you choose to take the high road, when you choose to push through the failure no matter what, you're ultimately going to see your life change, because it's going to change your relationships, it's going to change your health and fitness, it's going to change everything. And so I want to encourage you today that if you've been feeling the pressure and the weight of the failures that you potentially have experienced lately, I want you to stop before you react in any way, shape, or form. Choose not to blame, choose not to complain, choose not to hide, but rather choose to take your business in the opposite direction. Choose to run forward with your business, not walk, but run. Kick your business into high gear, and ultimately, I promise you that when you do that, when you make that choice, every time you run into a failure, you're going to do incredible things with your business. So this video obviously is not geared towards any one person or one coach in particular, because I have experienced all of this in my own business, and this is ultimately, I want to encourage you with this video. I want to encourage you in the right direction, and so you're not alone. We've all felt this. We all confront failure on a weekly basis in our business. So hopefully you're encouraged. Hopefully you're going to choose this week and today in your conversations and in your work hours that you're going to kick your business into high gear. You're not going to complain or blame or hide, and you're going to see awesome success. And I'm right here with you. We're all doing this together. And let me know if you have any questions and we can discuss it. But hopefully you're encouraged today, and I will talk to you soon.